Welcome to my video exploring one of the funniest mysteries of the universe, a mystery that is right in front of us every day, yet often goes unnoticed. Humans are known for their sense of humor, but what makes us capable of finding things funny? Why do we find certain things amusing and others not? Despite centuries of study, scientists still don't have a definitive answer to these questions. Join us as we dive into the science of humor and explore some of the fascinating theories behind this hilarious human trait. Despite years of research, scientists still don't fully understand why we laugh or what makes something humorous. There are many theories, such as the incongruity theory, which suggests that humor arises from a surprise or violation of our expectations, or the relief theory, which suggests that we laugh to release tension or stress. But the truth is, the exact reason why we find things funny is still a bit of a mystery. Incongruity theory. This theory suggests that humor arises from a surprise or violation of our expectations. For example, a pun relies on the unexpected connection between two words or ideas to create humor. Relief theory. This theory suggests that we laugh to release tension or stress. For example, a joke that pokes fun at a stressful situation can help us to relax and feel better. Social bonding theory. This theory suggests that laughter evolved as a way to bond with others and signal that we are part of a group. For example, sharing a joke with friends can create a sense of camaraderie and closeness. Neural activation theory. This theory suggests that laughter is a result of the release of certain neurotransmitters in the brain. For example, dopamine, a chemical associated with pleasure and reward, is released when we find something funny. Developmental psychology research. Studies have shown that infants as young as 4 months old can distinguish between humorous and non-humorous situations, suggesting that the ability to appreciate humor may be innate. These are just a few examples of the many different approaches that researchers have taken to understanding the science of laughter and humor. There have been many studies and theories about the science of laughter and what makes things funny. Here are a few examples. Incongruity theory. A study published in the Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience found that when people were presented with a joke that involved an incongruity, such as a pun or a play on words, there was increased activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. This suggests that the brain is actively working to process the unexpected element of the joke. Another study published in the journal Psychological Science found that people were more likely to rate a cartoon as funny if it contained an element of incongruity. Specifically, the cartoons that were rated as funniest were those that contained a semantic violation, something that was unexpected or violated the meaning of a familiar concept. Overall, these studies suggest that the incongruity theory of humor has some scientific support. They also suggest that the brain is actively engaged in processing the unexpected element of a joke or humorous situation. Relief theory. In a study published in the journal Emotion, researchers found that watching a funny video clip reduced participants' self-reported negative emotions, such as sadness, anxiety, and anger, and increased positive emotions, such as happiness and contentment. This supports the idea that humor can act as a form of emotional relief. Another study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who were exposed to a stressful situation, in this case, immersing their hand in ice-cold water, experienced less pain and reported feeling better afterwards if they watched a funny video clip afterwards. This suggests that humor can help to reduce the physiological effects of stress. Overall, these studies provide some support for the idea that humor can act as a form of emotional relief. They also suggest that humor may be useful in managing stress and reducing the impact of negative emotions. Social bonding theory. A study published in the journal Communication Research found that people who shared a humorous video clip with someone else, either in person or via social media, reported feeling closer to that person afterwards. This suggests that humor can be a tool for building social bonds. In a study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, researchers found that people who used humor in their online dating profiles were more likely to receive messages from potential partners. This suggests that humor can be an effective way to signal social desirability and attract others. Overall, these studies provide some support for the idea that humor can act as a tool for social bonding. They suggest that humor may be particularly effective in social situations and can help to strengthen social connections and attract others. Neural activation theory. In a study published in the journal Nature Reviews Neuroscience, researchers reviewed several neuroimaging studies on humor and found that activity in the mesolimbic reward system, which includes the release of dopamine, was consistently associated with humor processing. This suggests that the release of dopamine may be one of the underlying neural mechanisms that makes humor enjoyable. In a study published in the journal Social Neuroscience, researchers used fMRI to study the brain activity of participants while they listened to jokes. They found that the release of oxytocin, a hormone associated with social bonding, was associated with the perception of humor. This suggests that the neural mechanisms involved in humor processing may be related to social bonding and affiliation. Overall, these studies provide some support for the neural activation theory of humor. They suggest that the release of dopamine, as well as other brain regions involved in social cognition and bonding, may be important neural mechanisms underlying humor processing. Developmental psychology research. In a study published in the journal Infant Behavior and Development, researchers found that 4-month-old infants looked longer at a puppet that performed a surprising or unexpected action, which was accompanied by laughter from an adult, than at a puppet that performed a more predictable action. This suggests that infants are able to distinguish between humorous and non-humorous situations. Another study published in the journal Cognition and Emotion found that 6-month-old infants preferred to look at videos of adults performing humorous actions, such as dancing in a silly way, over videos of adults performing non-humorous actions. This suggests that infants are able to recognize and respond to humor. Overall, these studies suggest that infants have an innate ability to distinguish between humorous and non-humorous situations, and that they may even find humor enjoyable from a very young age. These are just a few examples of the many different approaches that researchers have taken to understanding the science of laughter and humor. In conclusion, the mystery of humor is one of the most amusing enigmas in the universe. From the earliest forms of human communication to the latest scientific research, we have been fascinated by what makes us laugh and why. While we still don't have all the answers, one thing is clear: humor is an essential part of the human experience. It brings us together, helps us cope with difficult situations, and even has health benefits. So the next time you find yourself laughing at something, take a moment to appreciate the wonder of humor and the mystery that lies behind it. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of one of the funniest mysteries of the universe.